Welcome to the Sandro channel. Make sure that you subscribe.
Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today, gotta give a quick shout out to two of my subscribers, Kevin McAllister and Anthony Garcia. Thank you guys both for sending me news on Spongebob, because all of a sudden last week we finally got a little bit of this and a little bit of that when it comes to the Spongebob movies that were announced like February of last year. I actually covered them. There was that event. You guys remember that event? Nick Up Front, where they revealed a bunch of stuff to their investors. What's coming up in the coming years. I actually covered that. And yeah, so I did know these movies were coming, right? So there's 3 SpongeBob movies. One of them is Saving Bikini Bottoms, which we just got images. This is the first image right here of Saving Bikini Bottom. And those leaks, remember those leaks I talked about where it's like we saw Sandy's family, and I don't know if those are real, but they could be real because it does look like, it looks very similar, okay? It looks very similar, but we'll talk about that towards the end, I guess, if I remember. There's so much to talk about here. But yeah, so Sandy Cheeks, she is going to be getting her own movie. Then we got the Plankton movie. We don't know like anything about the Plankton movie other than it's going to be starring Plankton probably. And then there's that third movie, the mysterious third movie that we don't know anything about. However, I believe somebody at Nickelodeon said that it might just feature Pearl. It might feature Pearl. Some people like myself were speculating, could this be the backstory on how Pearl ended up being under the custody of, Mr. Krabs, right? Like, how did Mr. Krabs adopt Pearl? We never really got that story. We frequently see Mr. Krabs say, "Mother of Pearl," like he said, like he seems to know Pearl's mother. But we never get any other backstory outside of that. So some people were like, yeah, could it be a Pearl movie where we get that origin story? I don't know. Everything's up in the air right now. It could just be anything. Some people also theorize we could be getting a Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy movie, right? Unfortunately, the voice actors did pass away, right? That's why you don't see them in the cartoons anymore. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Sadly, I can't remember the name of their voice actors off the top of my head. They both passed away not too recently ago, just a few years back. And sadly, we haven't seen them since, right? They make cameo appearances, but they don't talk. They don't talk in the show anymore. So some people were theorizing this could be a good chance to recast Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, give them a younger look, give them some younger voice actors, and bring them back into the fold, So that's a theory that people have there too. And then there was the Squidward theory, right? That third movie could be a Squidward movie. There was all these rumors that like Squidward was getting his own spin-off movie or his own spin-off show where maybe it was featuring him dancing or something like that. And then it seemed to have been a fake, it seemed to have been fake, right? Like some people were like, yeah, it leaked. It's like Squidward has something in production. But then they're like, no, it was actually just fake. And so, yeah, I don't know the situation. Squidward maybe he's getting his own movie. I don't know. I could not tell you. But back at hand. So Saving Bikini Bottoms, this is Netflix giving us, so this is going to Netflix. You see here, the film is heading to Netflix in 2024. This actually got pushed back. It was supposed to release this year in 2023. It's actually now coming out in 2024. So Netflix unveils the first look. And here's basically what they had to say. The Netflix Geekend, who posted it here. Big news. Sandy Cheeks is headed is headed home to the sound prettiest place in the world, in her very own movie, Saving Bikini Bottom. The Sandy Cheeks movie is coming to Netflix in 2024. One of the things, I didn't see this coming. I did not realize SpongeBob was going to be such a big role in this movie. I thought that this movie was going to be like when they said this was a Sandy Cheeks movie, like I thought it was just going to be about Sandy and her family. So there were those leaks that I did cover. Sandy Cheeks leaks. Saving, this is my movie right here, or this is my video. I did this video here, and you could see in the thumbnail, I don't even know if these images exist anymore, but this was somebody on a website they worked on the movie, and they said that they did like some rough sketches for some of the characters, like Fishy. This character here is a giant fish. And we see that like Sandy has a twin brother named Randy Cheeks, which is actually canon. She does have a twin. I don't know if he ever appeared though. Then we have Ma Cheeks, Pa Cheeks, Granny Cheeks, and Rowdy and Ross. Is that what their names are? Rowdy and Rosie. Sorry, Rowdy and Rosie Cheeks. So she has a big old Texas family, right? Big old Texas family there. And so she's getting her own movie, 2024. What is the film about? When Bikini Bottom and all their residents are suddenly scooped out of the ocean. Oh, Sandy Cheeks and Spongebob SquarePants journey to Texas to save the town from a villainous plot. I like this plot. I'm actually shocked it took them so long to go to Texas, because they, like, in the early seasons of SpongeBob, they would make fun of people. They would actually make fun of people, or they would make fun of Sandy. I mean, from being from Texas, you know? There was a couple episodes, and then she sang that song where it's like, I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Yeah, there was a couple episodes about Sandy, so very cool stuff. That's what the film's about. I like the plot. I can't wait for that one. But here's the more interesting one. Here's the more interesting one. The SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants. This is the 4th SpongeBob movie that was also announced last February at the Nick up front. We now have details. So this is going to be about the Flying Dutchman, which, I don't know if the Flying Dutchman is a good enough character to hold the show or the whole movie. Like the Flying Dutchman, over the years, he's become a very friendly character to the cast. He used to be perceived as this villainous type of character. But they started doing more and more episodes with the Flying Dutchman, and he ended up just being like one of the goofy characters, So I don't know if like the Flying Dutchman can hold the role as a villain in a full movie here. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie is a film based on Nickelodeon's TV show SpongeBob SquarePants. In this movie, SpongeBob goes to the deepest depths of the ocean where he will face off against the Flying Dutchman. So we have another rematch of SpongeBob versus the Flying Dutchman. We even got a leaked, this is from, I believe, CinemaCon. This was leaked here. This is coming. The SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, is coming May 23rd, 2025. So they got to see, I don't know if it was a trailer or just some images, but in this movie, SpongeBob goes to the deepest depths and faces off against the Flying Dutchman. Not much else is known. We have a rough sketch here where Squidward, SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, and obviously SpongeBob, the whole gang's here. We're going to be facing off against the Dutchman, so it's cool that we have the core characters. No Sandy in sight here, though. No Sandy, and there's like a rougher sketch of that. And then we also got a leaked image here, which is very cool. Again, from CinemaCon. The Flying Dutchman actually looks more evil and more mysterious in this image, which is really cool. We also do see, yes, there they are. So this movie is going to specifically star SpongeBob, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, and Squidward, which is the best cast. I think that's just the best cast. Sandy's good too. They could have thrown Sandy in here, but Sandy's already getting her own movie. And I guess Plankton doesn't really make sense. He's more of a foe to the main cast. But yeah, I like that cast choice. These 4 are some of the best when it comes to SpongeBob. And I'm just curious, like, why do they have to go like all the way to the Flying Dutchman here? Like, what's going on? Also, why does he look different? He looks more evil here. This looks like a different Flying Dutchman, honestly. So what's the situation there? I don't know. But the main characters here are SpongeBob SquarePants, Flying Dutchman, Patrick Stars, Squidward Tentacles, and Eugene Krabs. That's all we got. We got the release date May 23rd, 2025. And we even see here, this is when it was announced, February 15th, when I first covered it. And we know the release date. Probably going to be going to theaters. I'm assuming this is not going to be like where it's going to Netflix with Sandy. This is probably going to theaters. This is probably going to be a big movie for them. And the title plot were revealed at CinemaCon 2023. A first look of the film was also revealed. Okay, so some people might have already seen a first look of the film, where this image was probably taken from, right? So very cool stuff. Very, very exciting stuff. I can't wait to see where this goes. I don't know if the Flying Dutchman is the right choice for the movie. They could have gone with something weirder. But it feels like it's been a while since we got a good SpongeBob movie. I believe there was in an article somewhere, one of the people working on this film said that they wanted this to be the biggest SpongeBob movie ever, even surpassing the first SpongeBob, which I think is impossible. How are you going to beat David Hasselhoff? And, like, you can't beat that first SpongeBob movie. That movie was too good. I'm a goofy goober, rock. There's no way they're going to be able to beat that movie. Also, this movie is 3D animation. This is another 3D animated movie. It sucks to see Nickelodeon always going the cheap way out and doing 3D animation instead of 2D where SpongeBob really belongs. But there's no way they're going to beat that first movie. I think this could be a good movie, but I don't think it's going to beat the first movie. So yeah, I do want to hear your guys' thoughts on both movies, Saving Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob Search for SquarePants here. The SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think the Flying Dutchman is a good enough villain to hold a whole movie? I don't know about that. But let me know your thoughts. I mean, there was that really good episode where, they get blended into like a blender and like the Dutchman eats them and they have to go through the perfume aisle and they're dodging the perfume and whatever. There's been some good Dutchman episodes, but I don't know if he can hold a whole movie to himself. Or maybe it's the Dutchman's fault. Maybe we're wrong. I never even thought of that. What if it's not the Flying Dutchman, but what if it's the Flying Dutchman's father? Yeah, because he looks a little different here. He does look a little. Maybe this is his father, not the actual Flying Dutchman. I don't know, but I'm very interested. That's going to be the end of the video. Let me know all your comments down below. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and that'll be the end of the video. Please watch an ad for your boy Sandro, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.